Jonathan, now that you've had a couple days here maybe to reflect a little bit, 24-25 season, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely disappointing. It's one of the things that it's something that I realize with time when teams or certain players, when you have expectations, it's always hard to fulfill them every year. If you look around the league, who fulfills their expectation, they're always just the best teams are always up there, or after the really good players, they always come out like they're good all year. Like guys like McKinnon, McDavid, Leon, Ovechkin for over almost 2 decades. So expectation is something that's hard to fulfill, and this year we didn't. We had high ones and we didn't fulfill them. So it's something that I think at that point is just ready to move on for us and turn the page. And it's the first step. Since yesterday, it's the first step to what's next to us. That's what I think everybody in the locker room, in the organization, everybody needs to look at their self in the mirror and see what you can do to make it a better version of yourself and a better version of the organization.
How long do you deal with the frustration this year, Jonathan, especially as the season wore on? Things just didn't turn around. How difficult was that?
Yeah, it was hard not to find a solution. I think that's one thing that's disappointed is like in a season you have a lot of up and downs. I think the one thing that was disappointing for our group is we never had a stretch that we're like, okay, we find our legs a little bit. We're playing some better hockey. We had a glimpse of it, like 1-2 games, but we never had like a full month of like, okay, we're better here and we're doing good. So that's something I think that was disappointing for our group.
What do you think has to change to get this back next year to where you guys are, where you expect to be?
Well, I mean, expectations are not going to be as high next year, so that's one thing. I think it's a good situation as a team to come in and be a little bit of an underdog, and you can surprise. Look at some teams that made the playoffs this year. Like a lot of specialists wouldn't have think that Calgary would be in the mix, and look at them; they were a couple points out. So it just shows how beautiful the game is. Of any year, you just don't know who's going to be good. And I mean, it's when I think everybody can be better, and I think that's something that when you're a professional athlete in a unbelievable organization like we have, I think everybody needs to be better, and I think that's something that everybody's pretty excited to do.
How much kind of sifting through this, and you're looking at, you've had a lot of success individually in your career. When it comes to the way that you feel like you need to play, are there any changes that you guys need to make there? Like, how do you view personally, like, the bounce back for you next year?
I mean, obviously I have some things that I need to adjust. For me, I know I'm going to bounce back from that year. And sometimes a long summer like this, it's good to come back healthy and take care of your body and your mental health and all that. And I'm definitely excited for that long summer ahead of me. Obviously, there's some things that I did this year, some stretches that I went through that I never really go through. I don't think I went through stretches like that. It was definitely hard physically and mentally this year. And because at the end of the day, like after every game, you always question your effort level. What could have you done better? And it's definitely grinding mentally for that. But definitely up to the challenge for next year and excited.
How did you handle that mental grind through the season with such
I don't think I handled it that great personally. I think like when you go through, if you look through the years, I've never been through stretches that I don't score for like 10, 15 games like I did this year. So that's something that I was disappointed in myself, that I was not able to get out as quick as I wanted. And it's something we're going to rectify for next year and be more aware of it. But I know one thing is, through all my life, there's only one thing that got me through all adversity, and it's hard work. So definitely going to be the focus this summer.
You're not making a decision soon, but I guess in a perfect world, would you like to see some more, maybe some depth at center? Would that help?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the teams in NHL. Not a lot of teams have depth in the center position, and yeah, that would be great. But I mean, that's up to Barry. You know, it's that he's. I know that Barry has the best intention for us and for the organization. He's going to do everything in his power to make our team better. And I mean, a year ago, I didn't move all my family to come here and to not play playoff hockey, right? So I think this year it's a setback, and we'll see what happens. But definitely, it's an exciting summer to see what's going to happen for our organization.
Is the way you handle the offseason going to be a little bit different? Because like yourself and a bunch of others, there's a lot of guys in that locker room who've won a lot of games. But now that it's a longer offseason, are you handling it differently than maybe years past? Or?
Well, that 1 year before I won with my old team, we didn't make the playoffs that year, and that's something that I enjoyed a little bit, to like recharge the batteries, get in shape, and I had one of my good seasons there, and I was able to go for a long run there. So, like I said before, I think sometimes when you take one step back as a player in an organization, you take two forwards the next year, and that's the mentality that we need to have. And you got to control what you can control. And I think if everybody is a good professional and look at themselves in the mirror, there's no reason why we don't get better as an organization.
Tuesday night after the game, Bruno said that he himself kind of learned a lot this season as it went along, dealing with everything. He was going to do a lot of self-reflection this offseason, too, about how you approach things. You know, as your coach for the first time this year, how would you say he ran things and handled things?
I mean, there was a part of this season that I felt bad for them. You know, like they come in, obviously there's high expectation, and he's the captain of our ship, and like they were preparing us well, and at the end of the day, like we're the soldiers, and we didn't perform at the expectations that we had, and we underperformed. And he came in the next day with a positive mindset, and you know, he despite how bad of a season we had, like he made it fun for us, and he made it real okay, like managing the energy of everybody. And it's obviously it's difficult for the players when you keep losing, but we're doing that to ourselves. Like imagine when you're a coach, you have no control on the ice, so it's even harder. So I think the coaching staff did a great job keeping us positive and keeping things light around here. And yeah, it's all in his honor.
How shocking was it, you know, given where you finished in goal production and goal percentage? And what do you think contributes to that?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to that, I think. I mean, yeah, you look at the guys in the lineup. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that can produce goals and stuff, but it's not like it's the beauty of the game is one player cannot do it himself, right? I think we definitely need adjustments as a team, and we'll see what can happen.
Is there anything specific in the way you guys play, the style of play, that you would like to see adjusted heading into next year?
Yeah, clearly it didn't work. So obviously there's going to be some adjustment to do. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a guy that has a lot of opinions, so I don't think I'm going to run them out right now. But yeah, there's definitely adjustment. I think one of the things that we adjusted this year that I think was good is in our D zone, sometimes we had our winger a lot on the boards, and now they were more towards the middle, so we kept a lot of things towards the outside, and I think our D zone got better with that. That's one of the things that we did better this year, I think, from the beginning to the middle. So, yeah, I mean, obviously there's adjustment that needs to be done, and to be honest, my mindset is every team in the NHL should take a page of the books of the best teams of the NHL. I think they're the reason why they're there. Yes, they have sometimes they go up. They're at the cap. I think that's something that's super important to to be competitive. But yeah, I think some of the teams that are the best, they do something really good to be there, and I think everybody needs to take a little bit of page of the good teams in the league. That's why that's why playoff hockey is the best hockey, because that's why you look at the teams, you like see how they play their game, their system, how they adjust certain situations, like, because I've had a lot of different coaches, and probably one of the best coaches I ever had was Bruce. And one thing, like me and him, we definitely headbutt each other, but he adjusts. He adjusts every game, and he's an unbelievable hockey mind. And there's a reason why they're so good. Obviously, they have the tools over there, but he's a guy that thinks the game super well, and that's something that I really enjoyed for him.
Jonathan, you talk about, maybe you take a step back, but you have experience, following it up with a good season. I know it's early, but do you have reason for optimism already as you look ahead to next season?
Yeah, I'm a positive guy. Like, even when we were pretty bad this year, I woke up the next day and what can you do to become better? And obviously there was a lot of high and lows this year, but every day I woke up with the mindset to try to get better. Maybe not enough. That's something that I'll have to check, self-check on that. But yeah, there's no reason for us to not come in and be positive for next year.
How do you think the added time off this summer could help you guys regroup for next year?
Yeah, for sure it does. I mean, we got banged up back there too. We lost probably our first pairing, Lozon and Yost. That's normally pretty. You take any team's first pairing out of your team, it's pretty hard to bounce back from that. I know he was a young guy, but Woolsby he's definitely an NHL player, and he was great for us when he moved in. He came up, and he was one of the guys that hurt us when he got injured. So I think those three guys were big factors and to miss, and definitely excited to see them next year.
On the topic of positivity, what was your favorite moment that sticks out from the season?
I don't know. That's a great question. It's hard for me to find. There was good moments, obviously. There's some games that we played some good games.
Was it that goal back home in Vegas? Or?
Yeah, that was unbelievable for me. I think to see the city, the fans. I think that was the highlight of my year. Just going back there and see everybody. That was great. Well, maybe my overtime goal here. I think at the beginning of the year, I think that was pretty nice for myself, and we needed the points at that time, and it was a big game for us at that time. So I would say that was probably my favorite moment.
But just personally for you and your family, and getting used to the new environment here, how did that go, and where did things kind of stand there for you?
You know what? I got to give it to my wife there. She definitely was a trooper, and that was the easy part. The kids adjusting with the new schools and the new house, the new community. I think, and everybody. There's something that people say about Southern hospitality, and I definitely felt it here. So that was the easy part, and the life of a family here. It's great, and I was definitely really happy to live that.